weather is cold here today. We have had historic warm weather. We had our first dusting of snow, which is so unusual, just yesterday, and it's already almost December 1st. So it's really historically warm for us, although today is only in the 20s. So we're feeling the winter weather today, but
it's 7 degrees here with the wind chill in
oh
Ohio.
my gosh.
I'm in northern Ohio, kind of close to the lake. So
Okay.
I introduced you already, and like I
Yeah.
said, she's a beautiful, I mean, inside and out. She's just a smart cookie. I'm telling you,
Thank you.
when she gets on our daily meetings, I just like everybody's just like on the edge of their seat, wanting to know what she has to say because she knows her stuff. Girl's smart.
Thank
She's got a lot of
you.
things in front of that name. I mean, a doctorate in nursing, and then you're a family nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. And I just wanted everyone to get a professional spin on this wonderful product that we use. The magic drops is what I call them. And you take it from here, Christine.
Okay.
I just want to I really appreciate you taking out the time today for us.
Yes, I'm so excited that you have me on and that we met only one short month ago. I think that's the beauty of this industry. And when you plug yourself in, you find the people that you really resonate with. And it's about really spreading the word to what we have to help as many people as possible, right? So I love it.
Yep.
I love it. So, I mean, yes, I'm a nurse practitioner. I do have an integrative healthcare practice. So, a little bit about that. Come from, gosh, almost 30 years in nursing. I got my first nursing degree at 18. I went for a doctorate and
I can't believe that. Now, wait a
I
minute.
know.
Wait. There's no way that you've been doing this for 30 years.
Yes, I know. It's really kind of scary because then you realize my
You don't
age.
look it. I mean, you don't look like you're past 30, just a few days past 30
I
years old.
know. My gosh, I'm 46. Yeah.
Goodness.
So
But
almost 30 years of being nursing. And, it's been a passion of mine. I don't really know where that came from. Our family was some in medicine, but not in patient care. And I have an advanced degree now for the last 8, almost 9 years with a doctorate in nursing and a board certified nurse practitioner. I, about 3 years ago during COVID, jumped feet first in to open an integrative health practice. You know, um, the traditional system is beneficial for a lot of reasons at certain times in our life, but we are doing a disservice to people because we don't teach prevention and we don't really teach people how to stay healthy or get healthy anymore. So I wanted to do that. That's the drive if I'm going to, manage patients' care at a higher level. And with that comes, really being introduced to the nutraceutical world. It's just kind of as crazy as the pharmaceutical world. You start to have everyone who owns a supplement knock at your door. And I really think that quality is the most important. So,
absolutely.
although we are in a network marketing space, they tend to have some of the best quality because people like you and I know exactly where these things are sourced from. So, although there could be a bad rap around the model of which we share, I feel much more confident.
That's all we do is we just cut out the middleman so we can give them the
Yeah,
best price. Yeah.
I feel much more confident because we know and we could get the information on the product we're actually selling. So our core product fix is really what kind of drove me. I saw someone post about the vagus nerve. Someone who I am just acquaintances with, I didn't know very well, but it intrigued me and it kind of snowballed into me seeing videos and testimonies and information on this product. And I thought, well, if the science and the data behind it helped 50% of the people that I come in contact with, then it's worth trying. I didn't really try it myself. I just read the information. And so that's really how I got started. But the more I dove in, it's really fascinating. It has 60 to 70 years of clinical research on it. So for your audience, Fix is a single ingredient product from the hops plant. It is not hops extract. So it is not what you could get now currently on Amazon. We are the only people that have the rights to distribute this. So someone like Connie is who you would go to. But it's matured hops bitter extract. It's the bitter acids in the hops plant that's really the magic. And people have been studying this for 60 plus years. So that really blew me away. We already knew what this single ingredient could do for people. We just never had the option to give it. Mm-hmm. And in healthcare, the nervous system is the center point for a lot of our health issues. Whenever someone is sick, I mean, name it, that puts stress on our body internally. That doesn't mean you have to feel stressed. It means the internal system is constantly trying to rebalance itself and find homeostasis or balance. Healing. If you are my age and in perimenopause, we are all in a cycle of dysregulation.
Yes, ma'am.
And that alone, even if you don't have high blood pressure and what you would call an illness, you have dysregulation and this would benefit you. Mm-hmm. So the two amazing things about this product that really intrigued me were, one, it goes after visceral fat. Visceral fat is the deep fat around the organs. That's actually what causes us to get sick over time. It's almost invisible to people. Even thin people can have visceral fat. That holds on to toxins in the body. And as those leach out into the system, it causes this low level of inflammation. Inflammation is the primary cause for a lot of diseases. So over time, if you ignore that, that's what causes people to get sick. This has been shown to burn visceral fat. There's not many things that do that, right, from a supplement standpoint. The other awesome thing is that vagus nerve activation. I mean, that was really the driver for me. Although there's a ton of people that want weight management, the vagus nerve is really the center of all things. It's the largest cranial nerve. It's responsible for over 1,000 processes in the body. If you are watching this and you are wondering, well, can it help? Just look up vagus nerve and sleep issues, vagus nerve and high blood pressure, vagus nerve and perimenopause, all in all. And you'll find how much that controls, because like I said, when you have dysregulation, you live in a state of stress. That's our nervous system, the not so good one. And this turns on the good nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. It's like turns on the switch to your body to get into a rested state. And when you get into rest, you can heal. And so, disclaimer, we're not saying we could treat, cure, or heal anything, diagnose. Everyone's response is completely different. But we know the two things that it does in the body, and I encourage you to try it for yourself and see what reaction you have. So those are really like the foundational core components of this single ingredient product. And what we're seeing has just honestly been miraculous. I mean, I have gotten people started on this for what I would think was X issue, and A, B, C, and D got better. It's like, it kind of blew my mind because it was something that I never anticipated would go away. Mm-hmm. You never know what the nervous system is controlling. Is the issue there because you have lived in this state of fight or flight for a long period of time? The body starts to compensate and issues start to arise. When you settle that, they could start putting the building blocks back. And so many things could happen with this one product. I know that was a lot, but that's really what drove me here, and still the core of what I recommend to anyone and everyone, even though I love other things on our product line.
Right. Yeah, we have other great products for sure. But this one, you know, when you think about it, 1,100 things that it can help with, that right there is enough that it stopped me in my tracks.
Yes.
Just this one product has allowed me to get off of every prescription med I've ever been on, and all the supplements that I have been on. I'm just strictly on the fix. And
I love that.
It's just done so many wonderful things for me. The very first night I had great sleep. I didn't have like that restless leg and feet, which I really didn't even realize that I had until after, you know, my husband's like, hey, you weren't over there like, you know, you know, keeping me awake with your legs. So that was good. And just the next morning, I had such focus and I had
Mm,
such energy and such a great mood. And I noticed right away that my inflammation was going down, my pain and inflammation throughout my body, because I have several
yeah.
autoimmune things going on, and I have a really bad back with a lot of hardware. And I mean, it was just, I fell up under that 33% in that first group that really felt it right away.
Yeah.
It is really amazing to me what it's done for me. Because I
And
was on,
that's it. I think a lot of people, there are a percentage that will be fast responders. So the reality of it is we don't know how your body will respond.
right.
Every single person will have a response to this. When that response comes is just up to your system. It's like you have to keep turning on the switch day and day and every day, and it's cycling through figuring out what's off, trying to detoxify a little bit of your system and help put the building blocks back. So we always love when we have the fast responders because it's easy to believe in something, but
Yeah. Hmm.
um, yeah, it could balance hormone levels when you're not in a stress state. It reduces inflammation, and all of those things are really culprits of why we don't feel well in our life.
Um, have you seen a difference in a lot of your patients, like with their focus? Because the focus is just what really blows me away. Of course, I was used to being having the adverse side effects from some of the medications that I
Mm,
was on, which really made me squirrel brain half the time, you know, and that was embarrassing because I'm
yeah.
a fast talker normally, and it would be very you would honestly forget what you were talking about on some of those medications that I was on. It was very humiliating. And so with the focus, it just blew my mind. It was like that next morning, I was ready to go. I was ready to rock and roll without any coffee. You know, it was just
Amazing.
amazing to me. So have you seen a lot of that too with your patients?
Yeah, I've seen a variety of things. I think focus is one. Mental clarity, just kind of when your body lives in fight or flight,
That
you
calm.
know, yeah, when you get that calming effect, I mean, obviously things can, your brain functions a little bit differently. When you're sleeping better, mental clarity happens. When you start to have stabilization of hormones, which is a big driver for at least females in like word finding and just kind of fogginess.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of different reasons why you could have experienced that. But yeah, that is definitely happening. The sleep improvement is really one,
that
and
was
maybe energy.
yeah, that was one because I wasn't getting in that deep sleep and I
Mm,
wasn't dreaming. And like I was on it for maybe a week and I had a dream about my mother. And I hadn't dreamt about her since she had passed in 2019. So
amazing.
that was a huge gift to me. It really, truly was because I just never got into that deep, deep sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So what could happen is up to the individual person. The other thing that's amazing is of all the years of studies, we know that it does not interact with anything. It's super safe. It is safe for all ages. And I think that's the biggest thing. I always said anything you could give to someone who's really small, a child, or an elderly person who could be very frail and on a lot of medications usually comes with some efficacy, right? Like, so we are now seeing quite a few testimonies of children, right? Our children who have neurodivergence, ADHD, just kind of behavioral things. Um, all of those testimonies coming in are pretty miraculous because it's settling down, I think, their hyperactivity or their mood and bringing exactly what you said. I think I hear over and over with those parents the focus of their children, the ability to concentrate on something. So that's been so exciting. I mean, obviously, when you children and their ability to focus in general and then have a very safe tool that they don't taste, it's colorless, odorless, flavorless. That's the other thing that's amazing.
It is amazing.
Um,
It's like, oh,
so it's been awesome to see that. I mean, we could communicate what we're feeling and our needs, but our the children, you know, that's a whole nother world. And parents really seek out what are safe, effective things that they could try. And we are now seeing lots of stories on that, which is so awesome. I love that part of it.
Yeah, me too. I actually have several friends that have children on the spectrum, and now this is a true statement. Now the company doesn't claim that this is going
Yeah.
to happen to everyone, but you know, I have probably 3 or 4 families that their children are that have never like spoke, and they're like they've been speaking since they've taken this product, and it just blows my mind because I
Unbelievable.
work with the children on autism spectrum and Down syndrome children, other children
Yeah.
on that would have different mental and physical obstacles. So
Hmm.
that's just really near and dear to my heart anyway. And so, I mean,
Absolutely.
some of these stories will just bring you to tears, really. But you know, we're not
Yeah.
saying that you know everyone's different and everybody's body's going to act differently. But
Yeah.
it's just remarkable. I've got a friend that has Parkinson's and dementia, and
Hmm.
the first week, Christine, when he was on it, he actually texted me and he's like, I'm going to need some more of this. And I didn't know the severity of his dementia or his Parkinson's. He didn't tell me, but he said that he was losing gaps, you know, bad
Yeah.
gaps in his memory, and that he was had tremors really bad, especially when he started to brush his teeth. He's like, I couldn't get that motion to stop. And he's like, honey, my memory's getting sharp again and my tremors are calming
Mm.
down. And, you know, and like I said, we're not going to claim that that's going to help everyone, but I'm just saying these are true stories. These are personal friends of mine
Yeah.
that I know that these are true stories.
I think the takeaway for that is, and this will be more the medical side of me, we can't probably cure the disease that he has, right? But
Right.
can you give him a better quality of life?
Mm-hmm.
Can this maybe slow the progression for somebody? You know,
Yes.
we're not claiming that this is curing anything, but it's all about quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
You might not experience, you know, your people watching what you have and come off all medications, but can you go on less, or can you tolerate the things that medications bring, those adverse effects, and get the body into a more stable place? I mean, everyone's experience will be different. And so, not to set a false expectation, everyone's coming off medications, no,
Right.
but the expectation is that you live the best that you can in the time that you have, and that you tolerate and manage the illnesses or processes that you're going through. And some of them might be a little bit more simplified. You might be overweight, not sleeping great, and be in perimenopause, and those are pretty simple to handle. But if you have these chronic disease things, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be realistic with that. But I mean, just living with less tremors and more mental clarity in a place where you've been diagnosed with something significant is a blessing,
It
a
is.
true, true blessing,
You know, I never really thought about it because, you know, if you have tremors, I mean, I've never experienced that before. I
right?
would think that it would be very, very hard to calm down, to take a nap or calm down to go to sleep. And he said that he was sleeping.
Sure.
So he's getting in that rest and digest mode, and
Love
his
that.
body is being able to relax. And I
I
mean, I'm
love
sure
that.
that has something to do with it. I mean, I'm not a doctor,
Absolutely.
but I
Yeah,
mean,
it's settling the nervous system. His nervous system is constantly hyperactive.
mhm.
And so he's responding where that's bringing him down enough to have moments that are, yeah,
Yeah.
more manageable. I love that.
I know that we have a few people on our team that this one particular little girl, she's actually been doing lives herself. And prior to
Wow.
these drops, she had like major anxiety getting ready for school, like having meltdowns in the middle of the floor, didn't want to get dressed, all the things. And this product has helped her so much. And her teachers we're just like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up, you know. And I mean, they're
I
seeing such
love
a great
that.
difference in her behavior and she's her focus. Like, you know, they're not
Yeah.
having basically, I don't want to use the term spoon feed her, but be that more one on one. They're like,
Hmm.
you give her the direction and she's rolling with it. And I mean, that's such a
Yes.
blessing. And if you think about it, when children get home and they're having meltdowns and they're not wanting to do their homework and things, that affects the whole family, the whole household, you know, and that
Absolutely.
puts a lot of stress onto everyone. And she's just doing so, so great. And we're not saying, you know, I'm just saying that this is a true story, a friend of mine, her daughter.
We're
And
hearing a lot of those stories. I mean, that is the reality of it. Children process different. They do have internal stressors. That doesn't mean illness, but just brain development, and as they're trying to process school and life. And how many children don't, have a level of anxiety going to school can bring a stress and change the nervous system response into a fight or flight, right? Almost like an anxiety.
Mhm.
And that affects a lot of things. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
And one thing with me, when I would go to the airport, I'm not afraid to fly. I actually love to fly. It's so weird, but I always was intimidated on going through security because I would beep, and it's just embarrassing. You got your hands over your head, and you just feel like the whole world's looking, right?
Yeah.
And so they're patting you down and all that. And I used to dread going through security. I mean, I would get such anxiety about it. And the last time that I flew when we went out to Texas, I didn't have that. And normally, like leading up to the Zoom or, getting on a call, I would
Yeah,
get such anxiety. I don't have that anymore.
I love that.
Like 4 minutes till, and I ran into the other part of the house and grabbed something and came back in here. And I was like,
I'm
it,
ready.
it is just really amazing, though, that it just puts you in a calmness.
Hmm.
Not that I was like, like out there, but like anxious all the time. But I mean, it does really give you a sense of calmness. It's really hard
Hmm.
to explain it, but it's remarkable
Absolutely.
what it's done for me for sure. And I'm really
Mm.
glad that it's helping your patients. It's just I call them miracle drops. I do.
They are. They
They
really
are.
are.
But did you want to talk a little bit about the Fulvic?
Yeah, I have two other products. I feel like this is my trio. I mean, we have incredible products in the product line, and I trust the company, the founders. They really cultivate where they're going to get these. Our hops, they actually have someone that manages that land for quality. I mean, and that's kind of a big deal. Fulvic, the same. That's my other favorite product. It is from New Zealand. It is now freeze dried to maintain potency, which I love. It used to be liquid, very similar to the hops tincture, but
Mm-hmm.
in order to save the potency and transport and get it, around the world,
Uh-huh.
they now freeze dry it. And so fulvic is a natural element from earth. So something else that's natural, God given to us. Um, and it is natural and trace minerals, which our bodies are made up of a large percentage of minerals. And the quality of our food, I'm sure most of you know, is not great anymore and depleted of a lot of the nutrients. So I think people really lack more minerals than we know. And so something like this adds back that natural mineral balance. It helps bioavailability of other things. So the absorption of other things that you put in your body. So it's a very complementary to say something like fix. It allows that to work better.
Oh,
It supports the gut, which I love, and it
awesome.
detoxes. It's a natural detoxer. We are all exposed to heavy metals. We're exposed to toxins everywhere,
Our
all
air,
sorts of toxins.
the
Yeah.
air we breathe,
I mean,
the water that we drink, the food. It's just
exactly. There's just no way around it. Even when you're buying organic and as clean as possible, it's like there's so much in our air that affects our crops, even if they're organic, that I
yes,
don't know if they really are all organic anymore. So
right.
this will naturally detox the body. Everyone needs detoxing. I love it because it's not a really harsh detox. You usually don't have like that detoxing symptoms if you've ever done like a scheduled detox,
Hmm.
but it'll keep like cleansing the system. So
Yeah.
it's super important for your immune system, detoxing, gut health, cellular health, and adding back your minerals. Easy to use. Put it in any liquid, just like we would the fix, and you're
Now,
one and done.
how often do you take that?
I only do it once a day. You really can take it twice a day. The caveat with this, when you're doing something that detoxes, and it's really not a binder, it just wants to flush things out of the system. I always say, take it away from any prescription medications by an hour to 2 hours, because if
Right.
you do that, not that there's an interaction, it may actually want to flush out your medication.
Right.
So this is the only one that you really have to time, I guess, with any prescriptions, maybe even any other supplements. I really take this on its own. Um, Dr. Ben, who is a huge advocate for our products, he mentioned doing this first thing in the morning, getting it to the GI system before you actually have any food in your stomach. I've been doing that myself and letting it work in the gut.
Mhm.
Um, so if someone's taking this, timing their prescriptions really and taking it by itself is
Mhm.
most recommended. But love that. Those two, if I had to say, if you could only get one, I always start with fix.
Yeah,
I think everyone needs nervous system support. If you could get
absolutely.
two, my second favorite is fulvic. Um, and
I
then
have
my
one,
third
and I'm
one
so
is,
excited to get it.
I know, yeah, it's so good. And my third one is the Emulin 5, which is really helps the inflammatory cascade, the processes of inflammation in the body,
Hmm.
and it helps blood glucose stabilization and metabolism. So insulin resistance is probably one or two in disease issues that we have. It's inflammation and insulin resistance. Those are things that cause us to get sick. When
Right.
we age and we can't manage the glucose, which is basically anything we eat turns to that, that's where prediabetes could happen, heart disease, and all these things start to cycle. So Emulin, the scientist and creator behind this was actually nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for this formulation. So I think that just speaks for itself for the quality of what it is and that we get to be the distributors of it.
Yeah. The stuff that we have is just
I mean,
I've never used products on this level ever.
I know. No, I know. And have this much knowledge behind it. I mean, I could tell you with my practice, there are people, obviously, I have large nutraceutical companies, and I do have other products in there that I really like, but I don't have near the knowledge on where they come from, how they work, who created it. You get very basic information and have to trust the process and, your rep and, trial it on people.
Right.
It's hard to find this type of information and really stand behind something.
Yes.
Um, my only thing with our products is just being consistent.
Mhm.
Not everyone will feel something immediate. And I think that's part of the problem when you talk supplements.
Yeah.
People want really quick fix, they want a rapid response. If you understand and you listen to all that we spoke about today and the value that these will bring long term, the longer you are on them, the better things will get for you.
Absolutely.
Um, talk to whoever is going to get you started, work on the frequency in which you take them and how you take them. You could take fix 2, 3, 4 times a day. Now, that's not what the company says, but it really is safe enough. And some people do take it twice a day.
Hmm.
Um, and I think if you're going to go up beyond that, you should talk with somebody about that. Connect with someone who's comfortable doing that. But at least twice a day, sometimes that's what people need to keep the body out of that stress state and allow it the time to really heal, especially if you have a lot of issues, including emotional trauma, which
Yeah.
is a whole nother detoxing thing.
Yeah, I
So
remember Dr. Ben explained it really well. He said, like I fell under that 33%. So my bridge wasn't broken that far apart. It was like
exactly.
this. And then, like my friend Dave was 1 and 2 weeks, his was a little bit more broken, a little bit more
Yes.
apart. And then the ones can be, it can be way out here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes 3 months or more, but it just depends on, do I have this analogy right? That I tell people that it goes in and it'll start putting out fires, the biggest fires
Yep.
that need to be put out, and then it'll scoop up the ashes, get rid of them, and then it will start that repairing process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And if it has to go in and clean out those ashes over and over before it starts repairing, people don't see the progress, but it is doing something.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like I think to myself, did you stop, 1 week too soon? Like you
mm,
just never know when it's going to click for you. It's hard when you share something like this and someone comes in 2 weeks and they say nothing's happened for me. We don't want to be unrealistic. It's a product that you could stay on forever, and the longer you're on it, the more your body heals and stabilizes and starts to regenerate.
Yeah, I can remember Dr. Ben saying that he has his friends and his patients come in and say, "Hey, doc, how long do I stay on this?" And he's like, "Well, how much time do you want to add on to your life?" And he's like, "I'm off
Yeah.
of this stuff." He's like, "It's one of the most remarkable products that he's ever seen," and he's from,
Yes.
Harvard University, Yale University. I mean, he's
I
just.
know.
I was on the edge of my seat when that man was speaking. I
He's
was.
so good. I
He is,
know.
and he puts it in layman's terms so all of us can understand it.
He
And he's just remarkable.
inspires us too.
Oh, and you too. And I just love you to pieces. And I thank you so
Thank
much for your
you.
knowledge. I know that we were going to have a lot of people view this, and you're going to help so many people, Christine. And I
Yeah.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking out the time to be here to educate my audience. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. I love it. I guess I should make a little plug today if people are watching this today because I almost forgot.
Yeah,
They're doing a Black Friday special. It's BOGO, buy one, get one 50% off. If this resonated with you, if you've been on the fence, if you're thinking about it, you need to call Connie or whoever sent you to watch this and get started. I think that's it. Just take a leap of faith and do it. It will change your health and maybe even your wealth if you join it and share with your family and friends.
absolutely. Well, girly, thank you so
Yeah.
much, and you have a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Let us know if you were Team Live or Team Replay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.